What if you possess the ability to be able to make more connections with just random strangers, and not only that, get to know them on a deeper basis, and therefore you'd be able to make more friends or possibly get into more relationships? I'm going to teach you how to do that in this video. That's my promise to you, because having small talk with people is how you start every single conversation. And while most people hate having small talk, if you do it correctly, it's quite literally a superpower to getting to know anybody, because every conversation with somebody that you don't know, it starts off with small talk. Now, if you're like most dudes out there, where let me give the example of what most guys do. Hey, how are you? Where are you from? What do you do for work? What do you do for fun? What are you doing at the gym today? And you see what I mean? How I'm bouncing from each question. It's like an interview. I'm basically like interviewing the person I'm talking to. That's boring small talk. That's what people hate. Women especially get bored with that. So if you're a man right now watching this, assuming you're a guy, because you could be a girl, well, we want to avoid doing that. So I'm going to walk you through how we can ask like small talk questions, but then we want to go deeper with each one of these questions. And this way, you're going to really, if the person likes you and wants to talk to you, they don't have to like you romantically, but if they like you as a person, they're going to open up to you. And when you get them to open up, they're going to feel like you care. And then they're going to start trusting you more, which is going to mean their personality, the more comfortable they get with you, it's going to open up. And that's what's really going to get you to know this person. There's really like a framework that I've kind of developed over time, what I teach people, what I do personally, and it's very simple to follow. I'm just going to be teaching you how to ask better questions or more questions. That's really all we're doing. Before I go into like the framework and give you some details, if you want to learn how to become more extroverted and just more social, subscribe to the channel. This is what I do, is I hope people like you just become as extroverted as I am. Now, the first thing we want to do is by asking these small talk questions. That could be anything. Hey, where are you from? What do you do for work? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? Are you going on any vacations? Have you ever been on a cruise? You have to ask these questions. There's no way around it. There is no like, I'm going to ask them a question and that's not going to be considered small talk, because it's always going to be small talk. So let's use this as an example. Let's say instead of saying, what do you do for work? We could say, hey, how do you spend most of your time? And then I'm going to answer it from my perspective. Well, most of the time I'm working on my coaching business, and then, occasionally I'll go to the gym. And then if I have extra time after that, I might hang out with a dog or go do something in public somewhere and have some fun. Right there. Oh, actually, you just mentioned work. What is it that you do for work? I didn't start off by saying, what do you do for work? Can you start off with that? Yeah, absolutely. But I got them to say, oh, I'm spending most of my time working, but they didn't tell me what they did for a job. So I could say, oh, hey, what is it that you do for work? Then they're going to tell me, oh, I'm actually a coach. I coach people online. Now from here, see how I asked them a question, what do you do for work? And they just gave me an answer. You're going to have to practice what's called active listening. Listen to me when I'm going to tell you how to do this. When you ask somebody a question, shut the fuck up and listen to what they say. Don't talk over them. Let them get their words out and pay attention to what it is that they're saying. Women have a much easier time doing this because women just instinctively communicate this way. They want all the details, and when women talk, they talk to build connections with people. I'm just teaching you how to do that. If you're a guy. If you're a girl, you probably already know how to do this. We're going to ask them a question. They're going to give us an answer. Take that answer. So, oh, I actually coach people online. Oh, what exactly do you coach people with? Oh, that's cool. How long have you been doing that for? Oh, that's awesome. What did you do before you did that? Oh, that's cool, man. What's the end goal for that for you? Like, what's the end goal of coaching? What are you looking forward to the most? What do you like about coaching? Is there anything about coaching that you don't like? Do you see how I took that question and I can trail off into multiple different other questions? Think of it like this. We're building it's like a text conversation. So I just texted my buddy's wife, Maddie, because it's her birthday. So I'm going to tell her happy birthday. But if I asked her a question, she's going to give me an answer, and then I would just take her answer and I would build off of that. And every time you do that, it's going to go, you're going to say, let's say, oh, I go coaching. Oh, that's awesome, man. What exactly do you help people with or coach people on? I'm going to give them an answer. Oh, I actually help people develop like better social skills, just become more confident, more extroverted. This way they can talk to more people, make more friends, get into more relationships, maybe build more business. I just help people get what they want in life. You see how the answer that the person gave me after saying, what kind of coaching? Now from there, hey, you just mentioned you help people get what they want in life. What do you mean by that? Oh, well, a lot of people when they come to me, they're kind of like stuck right now. They're not good at talking to people, and I've noticed the more people I work with, they don't possess the ability to like go somewhere in public and just start talking to random strangers. And I've noticed that kind of translates into them not having a lot of friends, not getting into a lot of relationships. If they own a business, they just kind of expect people to come to them, when it's kind of the opposite. You got to go and put your name out there first. If you don't have the money to spend ads, or if you're not like big already and people already know who you are, now from there I can say, oh yeah, man, that actually sounds like pretty helpful. I imagine the people you work with end up having like much better outcomes in life when they're done with you. Yeah, dude, they do. Then from there, now I also too, you said you really like coaching. What is it about coaching that you like? I moved on to the next question. So I'm building a thread on this, okay? Coaching, what do you do for coaching? What do you like about coaching? They're going to answer. Now, here's the thing too. So you just told me what you like about coaching, and that's awesome, man. That sounds like, I personally, now I want to be a coach just based off of what you said. But let me ask you this one. Is there anything about coaching that you maybe don't like? I want you to pay attention to what I did there. Little side topic. The pausing I just used. Is there anything about coaching that you ... Now I'm getting them to focus on what I'm saying don't like? You ask somebody like what they do for fun, for example. So if you start off with that, you could say this: hey, what do you enjoy? What do you do in your free time that makes you feel really happy? That would be a different way to ask, what do you do for fun? Because now their brain is going to have to go searching for an emotional answer. That's like a higher level questioning skill set right there. Because if you can get someone to look for an answer where they feel good, well, they're going to associate feeling good with you. Instead of saying, what do you do for fun? Hey, what do you do in your free time that when you do it, you completely lose track of time? That one worked really well for me. Another question you can ask somebody is, hey, what would I find out about you that would, I don't know, surprise most people? That's another. Now that's because that's a personal question. So now that they're gonna have to go inside. Oh, actually, like I asked that question to one lady. She was like, oh, I actually bake a lot of sourdough bread. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. How did you get into doing that? Well, actually, I think in the past I just like baking stuff, and then I noticed it was like a big trend, and I thought, well, I've started baking stuff in the past. Maybe I could bake sourdough and potentially sell it to people. Well, did you end up selling it to anybody? Yeah, actually, some of my friends bought it from me. Dude, that's amazing. Are you wanting to take any? Are you wanting to take any? Like take that further? Like maybe make it into like a really big business, or what are you trying to do with that? And then when they give me the answer, I'm going to take their answer and I'm going to ask them a question based on that. Now, what do you do if when you ask them one of these questions, they don't really give you an answer that you can work with? Because depending on the question that you ask somebody, like you could say, hey, where are you from? I could say, oh, I'm from Florida. When ideally what you should say is, now this is for you, if you ever get asked that question, like where are you from, you want to give people enough information to work with. So I could say something like, oh, I'm actually from Florida. You know that state where we're known for like super awesome weather, but it's really hot, there's mosquitoes everywhere and alligators? Yeah, that's where I'm from originally. Phenomenal place, but yeah, there are some downsides to that. But if you ask them, hey, where are you from, and they say, oh, I'm from Florida, well, now you're going to have to work to get out the answer. Oh, that's awesome, man. What about Florida? How long have you lived in Florida for? Have you lived anywhere else? What do you like about Florida? Is there anything about Florida that you would say, hey, well, I mean, what do you like about Florida? And then the next question would be, okay, cool, but is there anything you don't like about Florida? So all I'm doing here is, now listen, all I'm doing is when they give you an answer to the question you asked, take that answer and then just ask them another question based on that answer. But as I said, if they don't give you enough information for you to be able to ask a follow-up question based on that, it's totally cool to move on to like another surface level question. Oh, that's awesome, man. Florida seems cool. Hey, what do you enjoy doing in your free time when you're not like at work? Now you see, that's the next one. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? So what do you do for fun? then they're going to tell you. And then from there, you just repeat the process. So anytime you ask somebody a question, if they don't give you enough like information to work with, I ask them another question. But I'm going to end the video with this. I never tell people to try and force a conversation with somebody. This person's giving you very like surface level, boring ass answers. There's only so like, dude, I could talk to a wall if I wanted to, man. But even then, if I have to consistently put in a whole lot of effort just to get somebody to talk to me, that tells me that number one, they maybe don't like me. Number two, they just don't want to talk. Or number three, it's not worth my time talking to them, because I value communication. And anytime I talk to somebody and it's just too difficult, I don't feel good on the inside, and I always eject from those conversations. It's just, you should never have to try to talk to somebody. You should never have to. The conversations with the people that I get close with, those conversations always started out on a very like easy, like very effortless is what I'm trying to say. The people I talk to regularly, when I do, it's because when I talk to them, it just seems easy. So in any situation, no matter how good you are at asking questions or how bad you are at asking questions, if the person likes you and they want to talk to you, they'll be open to talking and it'll just be effortless. But if you got to put in a whole lot of effort, dude, just don't talk to these people. But that's the video. That small talk is a fucking superpower, because this is how you get to know people. And again, when you ask them these questions, subconsciously, they're going to see that you are trying to get to know them. And people are selfish, and we love it when even if we don't show it, we love it when somebody else is trying to get to know us. Now, if they've had a lot of trauma in the past, they might not like that, and that would be a reason not to talk to this person, because then that's going to cause some problems down the road. But this is how I've made all of my friends. This is how I've entered all of my relationships. It all starts with small talk. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And look, if you want my help personally, just becoming more extroverted, learning to meet new people, make more friends, get into more relationships, I can help you get what you want in life. Book a free consultation call with me, and let's see if it makes sense for you. You can work with me for 8 weeks, but I need to make sure I can help you. There's a link in that description. So, get on a call with me. And hey, if you want to continue learning social skills for free, if you don't want to work with me, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'll see you in the next one.